Once you've opened up your Gmail, one of the first things that you're going to do is to send a message to somebody, and those somebodies are called the recipients, which is a big old-fashioned word for the people that get your email. So to decide who that is, we're going to click the compose button, and we're going to show you that in just a second in my Gmail account. But for our Gmail recipients, the main thing you're going to use is the to area, and these are the people that you want to receive the emails. It could be a single person, it could be 2 or 3 people, or it could be a group of people. And later on, we're going to learn how we can create a group in our contacts. So for instance, the teachers at North Prairie have a group, and instead of having to type in all 20 teachers' names, all I have to do is, click for that teachers group, and I can send them all an email all at one time. Just a reminder that email addresses have to have certain things in them. They need to have the name or maybe the nickname of that recipient. For you guys, it's your 5-digit student ID and the 3 letters of your last name. And then you have to have the @ sign in there, and then the name of the organization, WHSD1, and then kind of the designation of that, what kind of an organization it is. In our case, we're an .org organization. You'll see lots of other ones. .com, of course, is real popular. .biz, there's all kinds of different ways of saying what type of an organization it is. And the good news is you don't have to remember a lot of that stuff most of the time. If you just start typing in that person's name, if they are anybody in Winthrop Harbor School District, for you guys, those are already preloaded into your contacts, or anybody else that's in your contacts that Gmail remembers. When you start typing in that name or the name of the organization, it's going to pop up for you. Okay, so they make it super easy. So let's go ahead and start an email. So we go into our Gmail and click on compose. And here's my new email that I'm going to be sending out. And this is where I've got my to box. Now, there is somebody that we're going to be using for some of this email stuff. And that is a fake kid that I've created, fake kid NP. And so all I have to do is start typing up fake, and he's going to show up because he's at in the school district. So I've got fake kid NP @. Remember, we have to have that @ symbol, and then he's a student, so it's STU. If it's a staff member, it'd be STA, WHSD1.org. Okay, so I can click on that, and now you can see that fake kid is the person who is going to receive that message. And I could add more people. I've got apparently his fake, fake kid's brother is out there, so I could click him and add him in there. So now I've got 2 people receiving it. But like, nope, I'm just sending it to fake kid NP. Now, over here, you'll notice that there is a thing called a CC or a BCC. And you're like, Mr. Brooks, I've seen that, but I have no idea what that's about. Could you please tell me? I'm glad you asked. CC stands for carbon copy. So carbon copy are people that I want to get the information in the email, but they're not the people that really the email is for. For instance, if I send an email to a student and it was like, make sure you get your homework done for Thursday, but I also want his parents to know about it, I will click the CC, and I'm going to carbon copy his parents and put in their email address, okay? Or maybe I want the principal to know about it or something else. Okay, so maybe I'm sending a note to your parents, but the principal should also know what's going on, so I can click them as carbon copy, okay? So carbon copy allows me to send it to somebody else, but it kind of informs that person, hey, this is information you need, but it's not really for you to do anything about. You're just there to kind of view that information. There is another thing called the BCC, which is blind carbon copy. So blind carbon copy is the same idea as carbon copy, that I'm sending it to someone in addition to the main recipient, but you do not get to see that main person. You don't get to see who all is in that blind carbon copy group. It used to be kind of a bad, sneaky thing that people would send it to somebody and then they'd blind carbon copy somebody else. And then they would, kind of narc on them and tattle later on. Yeah, I sent that email to him. You saw it. I sent it to the boss so that he'd see what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But really, we use it in kind of a good way today, which is like, for instance, if I'm sending a note out to all of your parents, I'm going to use blind carbon copy for their email addresses. That way, everybody's not seeing each other's email addresses. We get enough email and spam and whatever else. So we kind of try and protect people's privacy by using blind carbon copy. Because when I send it out to that group, all you see is that you got the email. You don't see all those other people in the blind carbon copy. So if I go back here and I'm going to click CC, and I'm going to send that out to myself. In a minute, I'm going to have you guys actually send an email to me using this system here. So we'll get back to that. But then let's say that I wanted to have a whole bunch of other people get it, that I don't want everybody else to see their email addresses. Maybe it's a group that I'm going to do it to. So in here, I can, start typing in, and I'm going to say that I'm going to send it to Timothy Jacobs, but I don't want everybody else to know that Timothy Jacobs got it, and I don't want to all see his email addresses. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so that is 2 is the main recipient. CC, my carbon copy of people who need that information, and then if I had a group of people that were also going to get it, but I didn't want them to see each other, that's my BCC. So those are my recipients for email.